Well, yeah, but this is important, isn't it?
Using role plays, this programme offers tips and techniques for handling upset or angry parents.
And what's a child doing running away from school? Do you know he's even off the premises?
Auckland's junior school in Eastbourne is one of the largest in Europe, with over 800 pupils. There are 4 full-time admin staff, and they bear the brunt when parents are anxious or irate.
I think being on the front line, you're very vulnerable. The parents are off the wall when it comes to children.
The worst thing is when a parent comes in and they are so annoyed and they really want something and you know you can't give it to them.
One of the difficulties is actually giving parents the privacy.
We're working in a very open environment, so therefore we don't want the children or anybody else to be particularly involved or upset by anything that might be being discussed.
Today the team agreed to take part in a series of role plays, with actors taking the part of parents, while observed by educational psychologist Paul Mishaw, an expert in conflict resolution. Afterwards, he'll be commenting on how they handle the situations, their teamwork, body language and ability to stay calm under pressure, and offering advice on how they can improve their response.
Hello there.
Hi, can I help?
Yes, my name's Mr Val. I've got come to get my kids. I had a bit of a nightmare this morning. I've got to see my kids, Georgia and Ethan Vale.
Right, are they, what classes are they in?
I'm not sure. Georgia's 10 and Ethan's 8.5. I don't know what class they're in.
Have you got permission to take them out of school?
No, what do you mean? I'm a father.
Yes, but are you with the mum? Are you?
No. My mum's been very ill this morning. I've got to take the kids to see my mum.
Right, OK. Well,
It's desperate.
We probably need to check with your wife first.
No, we're split up, love.
Yeah, but have you got permission? Are you?
They're my kids, isn't they? Of course I've got permission.
Right, let me try and ring in your wife.
Look, I just need to get the kids out for a couple of hours to go and see my mum in hospital.
Yeah, I can see that you're getting cross, but
I'm not getting cross, it's just my mum's desperately ill, darling, and I've got to go and get the kids to see them.
It won't take me a minute.
No, I don't want you to get... Have I not got rights to see my own children?
You have, yes.
It's urgent. My mum's very, very ill in hospital.
But let me just check with your wife first.
She could be dying in hospital now. My mum could be
you're
dying in hospital.
wasting time
and
now,
I need to get the
you?
kids to see them. Do you know what I mean?
Can I just...
We just have to check whether you've got the legal right to actually remove them from school.
You've got to say something.
That's all.
The legal right or not then.
Check there's no...
It's stupid, for God's sake.
Do you want to get that phone and I should try ringing?
Hang on, I'll go and have a word with...
With who?
Yeah.
With the head teacher, maybe, just to...
For God's sake, can't you sort it out then? You're the people in charge here, aren't you?
Let me just check with your wife, OK?
You can't check with her, she's at work. She won't be able to talk to you.
We've got all the numbers on there. I'm sure that she'd be able to give me a yes or no answer.
No, I'm just going to go and find them. Where have I got to go?
No, you don't need to go round.
I'm going to find them. This is stupid.
Excuse me, Mr Vale. Mr Vale, can I just stop you there, please? That's the kitchen. Mr Vale.
Look, I'm sorry, I know it's...
Come on, there's no point getting uptight about it, OK?
My mum's ill in hospital, love.
I know, I'd feel the same, but just come and sit down. There's no point going round the school, storming around, it's not going to do anything.
She won't do it.
Really desperate to try and get the children.
If you don't do it, I'll have to go in and get them out. You'll have to come with me. You can come with me.
Mr Vale, we can't do that. If you haven't got permission, then we can't let you to go round to school.
Who from, though?
From the courts.
From the courts. I'll
Let's
go
wait,
to the newspapers about
let's wait and see what your wife says.
Excuse me. Hi. My son Lee is year 5. I think he's got Miss Evans as his teacher.
Right, OK.
He came home last night crying again. He's been...
Would you like to come and see me somewhere else?
Is that it? Yes, but...
Yeah. Would you like to come with me?
Oh, there's Zoe, Sarah's sister.
Come this way. Come here. What's the matter?
Well, he came home from school again last night saying that Ralph and Jack in his class have been bullying him again. And basically what he's saying is he's coming home and they're holding him in headlocks and things and calling him a stupid name. Obviously with that age, obviously you don't know what to do.
I'll take all the details and I shall go straight round to Mrs Evans and I shall sort it out, OK? And you'll have a phone call from Mr Trott as soon as he's available, OK?
OK.
All right, please don't let it upset you. I'm sure we can deal with it. Are you all right here for a moment?
Yeah? Yeah, sorry.
OK. OK. All right. Oh, I'm a very unhappy mother.
So why can't we see him now?
Yeah, let's get him out.
Well, yeah, but this is important, isn't it?
Yeah, look, you sent us this.
These parents have received a letter from the head asking to see them after a fight involving their child.
We've come down. The letter said come down. It didn't say don't come down on a Wednesday at 10 o'clock because there won't be anyone
I
here.
think the letter did actually say if you'd like to ring and make an appointment, we'll get it. We'll discuss the matter.
Says...
And also, perhaps our special needs coordinator will be able to meet with you as well.
What's that?
She looks after.
He's not stupid.
No, what are you saying? He's got learning difficulties or something.
But she would also look after behavioural problems in the school as well.
Behavioural problems?
If there's problems with
what?
the children, well, amongst other children, and also just to help sort the situation out.
It's the problem. It's not happened before, is it?
I think actually, to be fair, the other parents have received a letter as well asking to come in and speak to the head as well. No, not yet, because they've only just received the letter.
I know who they are.
So I'll be giving them a ring tomorrow as well, and they'll be coming in to see the head separately, and hopefully we can resolve the situation in the best interest of the children.
So you'll ring us, will you?
Yes, I'll ring you first thing in the morning. What's the best time to phone?
After 11.
After-school clubs are another common source of parental frustration.
Excuse me, can I talk to someone to do with the clubs, please?
That's me. Can I help you?
My son Connor, he's been desperate to get into swimming for a couple of terms now, and this is the second term he's had it where he hasn't got into the club. Last time, Mr Anson promised him that he'd get into the club this time. He was second on the list.
Well, he shouldn't have promised. I run all the clubs and I actually do all the bookings at the places.
No, you see, that's not fair because he was second on the list, and I've seen people who've signed up since, and what's happened is there's actually got on there and they're doing swimming. I've seen them. Like going swimming.
Well, they shouldn't be. I do apologise.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's just not on, is it?
I have had a word with the coaches. Okay.
I mean, it's just, it's not fair because bless him, he's trying to swim, and all his mates are going up and learning how to swim, and he doesn't have a clue, does he?
I know. I am sorry. There's nothing more I can do except with the coach. It annoys me as well because I have to sit here and I have to deal with unfortunate parents like you. It's not fair.
It's just like there's always kids like trying to get into the clubs and stuff. It's just not fair. It's not. They need like 2 swimming clubs or something, and they go to like a bigger pool or something like that.
I should be able to ring you by the end of the week next week to give you a time.
So if I don't get that phone call next week, I'm not going to be happy. I'll speak to the head. I'll speak to the education authority if I have to, because it's not on. It's part of his education, and he needs it.
After his day's observation, Paul Michaud gives his verdict.
People have lots of issues, and you're the first person they see. They're displacing their anger onto you. Their anger is directed to somebody else, but because you're the first person, you're a human being, they are dumping their anger onto you. And to be able to think to yourself, this person is taking it out on me, but it's not personalised, that is quite a skill, and I think you all seem to have that skill.
But have you got permission? Are you access?
Of course I've got permission.
Right, let me try ringing you.
This guy has got major life crises, and he is, to some extent, dumping that on you, but you're managing to stay calm, and I think that, I don't quite know how you managed to stay calm, but you did. I also like the way you stood up as well, so you sort of met his body language, so there was a sense of matching his body language, so that you were getting that rapport skills going. Your voice was also very quiet, so I think that helped to diffuse him, which I think was good. You didn't get sidetracked by some of the issues. He was throwing in a lot of tangential issues. What you did was to clarify what was going on.
Yeah, I can see that you're getting cross, but
there was one bit that I would probably change a little bit, which was you said, I can see you getting cross, and I think that made him a bit cross. So another way of saying that might have been, I understand how you feel about this situation, would have been a slightly better way of putting it.
Just wait a moment, just 1 minute while I just...
Like the way you're using your hands, which is a sort of calm down gesture, isn't it? So while you're not saying calm down verbally, which would annoy him quite a lot, you're saying calm down with your hands, which I think is a nice thing to do. Yeah.
I didn't know that I was doing that personally. I probably did it as a natural reaction.
Yeah.
Would you like to come and see me somewhere else? Yeah. Would you like to come with me?
The first thing was that you got her out of that environment. You found a nice quiet room, so there wasn't an audience. So you respected her privacy, respected her need to calm down and get out of the way. So that was excellent. I like the way you sat with her. You were close. You were using appropriate touch. I thought that was very calming. You were offering her options to speak to the teacher. You weren't taking it all on yourself. You were saying, you need to speak to the teacher. I can sort that out for you. So you were very much helping her to take action, saying, you know, I can do this. You were reassuring. You also left her alone for a little bit as well. Say, you know, just stay here. I'm going to come back. I think you offered her a cup of tea, didn't you, as well? Yeah, which is always a good English thing to do, isn't it?
We've come down. The letter said come down. It didn't say don't come down on a Wednesday at 10 o'clock because there won't be anyone here.
I think the letter did actually say if you'd like to ring and make an appointment.
Again, these parents are built up head of steam. They were egging each other on. So there's quite a potentially explosive situation. You did a lot of good clarification. What is the problem? Tell me the facts of this situation. I like the way you did that. There was a sense in which they might have felt fobbed off, and I don't think they did, because I noticed at one point you stood up, you matched their body language, you stayed calm, you took notes. It's really conveying a message that action is taking place.
All right, I hope so.
The way you got her mobile number was kind of gave you a bit of space, because it asked her for factual information. So I think it does calm you down, because she's got to think, oh, what's my mobile number? And that kind of, in a sense, diffuses the situation slightly. It's a kind of way of what you call fogging. Imagine yourself behind this sort of foggy barrier, which sort of absorbs some of the aggression that's coming out. So that may work for you, may not. For some people, that is a very good technique.
And please be assured.
I like the way that Bev is also sort of hovering around, you know, that you are working as a team, that if things got a bit sticky, you know, I can see that Bev would sort of step in there.
It was quite helpful, I think, the fact I mentioned about the other child also having a letter. I think that maybe softened the blow a bit for them.
That was a very good move. So it wasn't just their child being picked on, because these, you know, for these parents, their flight-fight mechanism had been being tripped off there. So they were just, their emotional brain had taken over their rational brain.
Last time, Mr. Anson promised him that he'd get into the club this time. He was second on the list.
Now, I thought she pressed your buttons. I think
she did.
You stayed less calm than you did in the other scenarios. The key element in what you did very well here was to say, it annoys me too.
Yes,
because it did annoy you.
It does. It does annoy me.
It
did annoy me. And I wasn't annoyed with the woman. I was more annoyed with the situation and the coaches doing exactly what you don't want them to do.
You were actually quite firm with her as well, which may not have been a bad thing. You were meeting her. You were firm and direct with her. You were giving her facts. You were saying, you know, that your child is second on the list here.
But I will have a word again.
And what did the staff gain from the experience?
I personally found it very useful to see how I was reacting, and also the points that you gave me to change.
To actually see yourself. As you say, the body language, you do it without even thinking when you're dealing with someone.
Sort of helpful to appreciate that we all actually work together as a team and that we are doing more or less the right thing.
I think if there's one golden rule, it's stay calm. That's it.